I cannot have children. No, it's not that I cannot have children. I couldn't have children. Is that okay? And it was not okay because those questions were in my mind all the time. And I was not okay. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, dear guests. I'm Kasia. And I joined Toastmasters to talk about things that I had to say out loud, but I needed to say. When I was small, in the school, I learned that species are born, grow, reproduce, and die. So I thought that I was like kind of a weird species that couldn't reproduce because I was failing the reproduce part. But now, and if I talk about statistics, we are more than 7 billion people in this planet, so we're not gonna die out just because some of us cannot reproduce. I was 24 when I got married. At that time I was sure I was going to get married. I got married. That I was going to have a family. Some years later we started family planning, and my gynecologist told me that I had endometriosis. So she told me it's hard to get pregnant, but not impossible. And where you have hope, you can dream. In Germany, if you are dealing with infertility, and in order to get help from the doctors, first you need to try it for 1 year, alone. I mean, not alone, with your partner, of course. And then, after a year, you get something called, it's a funny thing, called Verkehr zum Optimum, which means transport to optimum. And that is timing. You have to do exactly at that time the things you need to do to get what children. So it's not so romantic, but there still was hope. After some others, and if the couple has the money and lives in Germany and has Krankenkasse, and there's something called IVF. That is something about some classes. Also not so romantic, but to make my long story short, after 13 years of dealing with all these things, after trying scientifically, spiritually, esoterically, witches, demons, teas, massage, diets, everything you've heard about infertility, I was maybe there. On the other hand, my husband at the time, he only tried the things paid by the Krankenkasse. So one day, I was in Mexico, visiting my best friend in Cancun, very warm. And I went to a restaurant, and I asked the waiter if he can give us a table outside, because inside there's a lot of air conditioner. The waiter looked at me and said, "Oh no, you're pregnant. You need to be inside because people are smoking." I was like, so no, I was not pregnant. I was overweight and with bad posture. So imagine the drama. I went back to the car crying, and my best friend just looked at me in the eyes and said, "Kasia, why are you trying so hard to give him a child that now you're unconsciously gaining weight in your belly before you only gain weight on the hips?" That was like a breakthrough. At that moment I knew I was happy without children, and I didn't want to pursue a dream that was not mine. So I went back to Germany, of course, all excited with my breakthrough, talked to my husband and said, "Yeah, husband, I am happy without children. If you cannot be happy without children, let's just take different paths." You know how our relationship that didn't work right away. 1 year later, a miracle happened. The pandemic came. Dun, dun, dun. In the pandemic, you cannot do anything. You cannot do trial, you cannot do tests, you cannot try whatever you need. And at that point, I took the most important decision in my adult life, that I didn't want to continue in this frustrated relationship, and that I didn't want to pursue a dream that was not longer mine. Said that, today, I'm happy. I have a boyfriend, a dog, I have some plans that sometimes survive, sometimes not. I love to spend time with the children of my friends, and I love giving them back to their parents and taking a glass of wine and sleeping for 8 hours. I'm an aunt, and I'm a godmother, a great aunt, and I know that I don't need to have children to be happy. And today I'm here to challenge all of you, to challenge your dreams. Those dreams that you're still pursuing, are they yours? Or those dreams are from parents, from partners, from siblings? Do you need to redefine your dreams? Do you need to create new dreams? Or something very hard? Do you need to let go of a loved person in order to pursue them? Joseph Campbell, the author of The Journey's Hero, said, and I'm sorry, it's a quote that I always forget. Sometimes you have to let go of the life you plan in order to find the life that is waiting for you. Thank you very much.